I know we're going to go into like some of the controversial aspects of it, but
And I think that we are moving into a part of medicine where we are really trying to like biohack our skin and our bodies and how we look. And so
there are some differences between like PRP and exosomes.
it's going to play this very crucial role in communication to different cells to tell cells what to do. Let's jump into one of probably the trendiest topics of the year, and that's exosomes. Have you used
Yes.
exosomes? Have you gotten any, cosmetic procedures with exosomes? What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on that?
I am a fan of exosomes. I know we're going to go into like some of the controversial aspects of it, but I have used it. There's a brand Antiage, and I've used
Mm,
it like post microneedling,
hmm.
just as an application, and I've also used like topical skincare as well with exosomes
Yeah,
for the face. And yeah, I
yeah,
am a fan. There's different kinds. Do you want to just kind of go into, just for the listeners out there,
yeah.
how do we define exosomes?
Yeah. So again, I think that we are moving into a part of medicine where we are really trying to like biohack our skin and our
Hmm.
bodies and how we look. And so this is a prime example of, biohacking to its fullest. So exosomes are these like tiny little membrane vesicles that are released by cells, and they really act as this like messenger, and they're carrying all these good things in it. They're carrying like DNA, RNA, proteins. And so
Hmm.
it's going to play this very crucial role in communication to different cells to tell cells what to do. So it's like
Hmm.
it's essentially a messenger, right? And it
Hmm.
influences those recipient cells on what they do and what they produce and how they act. And so it delivers these really beneficial molecules, and it's going to, for the most part, trigger these
Yes.
regenerative processes, which is what
Hmm.
we want, right? We want to you if we want to really look natural and we want to maintain our youthfulness, the best way to do that is using your body's own mechanisms to keep your collagen or to stimulate your collagen and elastin. And so that
Yes.
is exactly what exosomes do, whether topically or if they're injected or if they're used post microneedling. And they work synergistically with your body essentially
Hmm.
to create that new collagen and plumpness and youthfulness and firmness of the skin.
Yes. Yes. I love that explanation. But yeah, we love it to help processes or wounds like repair faster. And it's
Yeah,
just going to just boost the effects of like the procedure that you have done, because it does help
for
those
sure.
added proteins, those growth factors, to send those signals to make the collagen remodel even better.
Yeah. So yeah, it not only gives you better results, but it helps with the downtime and the healing. Like Mamina mentioned, it's great for wound healing. And so imagine
Hmm.
if you do something like microneedling where you essentially have trauma all over your skin. If you
Exactly.
use exosomes afterward, then it's going to speed up the healing time. And there's so many studies out there that confirm that. So
Hmm.
it helps
Hmm.
with the redness, it helps with the inflammation.
Hmm.
So I personally think it's a very great add on. Not 100% necessary if you don't have the money, but
Hmm.
it's a great add on for to do synergistically with other procedures.
Yes. Yep. Post microneedling, RF microneedling, lasers. And, I know we're also fans of PRP,
Hmm.
platelet-rich plasma, and that's something that we also will apply or inject in patients, oftentimes with or post-procedure. Um, but yeah, there are some differences between like PRP and exosomes. So, just to remind everyone, PRP is from your own blood, so that's
Hmm.
kind of a plus because we know it's from you. You don't the source,
Hmm.
and we're using your own blood to get certain healing factors. The platelets have certain factors that help wound healing, whereas exosomes, they're from other sources. I think
Hmm.
people forget. So exosomes are from other human sources. They're from
Hmm.
like mesenchymal sources. They're from umbilical cord, sometimes amniotic fluid,
Hmm.
sometimes adipose tissue,
Hmm.
and and I think the benefit of exosomes, I think that they are potentially more concentrated, with other goodies in them, but I think that's also the reason why there's some controversy too with
Hmm.
exosomes, is like the sourcing. Because I think in other countries, like I don't even think human exosomes are used. Like they only use plant exosomes.
Yeah, so definitely some ethical considerations. And
Hmm.
I do know that not all derms are necessarily behind it yet, but
Hmm.
that's just the deal when anything new comes out.
Hmm.
There are some people who are more than happy and willing to jump on board with the current science that we have, and there are others who are a bit more cautious, want to use it for a while before they get behind it. And so I think it's really interesting. I know some very prominent cosmetic dermatologists who are 100% on board and swear by exosomes. And
Hmm.
I know some others that are like, it's just a trend, it's just hyped up, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna last. And I think
Hmm.
time will tell. Like
Hmm.
there are so many
Hmm.
procedures that are really hyped from the beginning, like the PDO threads. People were saying that's just game changing. It's a quick alternative to a facelift, and now I don't know nearly anybody
Right.
who recommends them now. And so
Such a good point.
I don't know why this wouldn't stick though. It's not dangerous. I haven't heard of any bad side effects with it.
Hmm.
So I think time will tell. What do you think?
Hmm. I think time will tell. I think sourcing is interesting too, because there's, with umbilical exosomes, we know that it's a very pure, source that newborn has not been exposed to things. Whereas like if you get them from mesenchymal tissue in from like adult humans, you don't know if they've been like smoking, you don't know if like they've been practicing like uh, different lifestyles. So I think that that's an interesting thing to think about. But I think my belief is that we're going to be seeing more of exosomes.